It's just on exactly 2 miles to run for our red and white in Genevieve Gregson and Andrea Sakathian, the Canadian, as we expect those two to start to stretch away from the rest of the field. All of those athletes just in behind them there are all running off the 400-metre handicap. So when they went past the start-finishing line, they were given the call of 7 to go. Of course, the red and white of Genevieve Gregson and Andrea Sakathian have got the 8 laps to run. We look out ahead of them, the very talented 24-year-old Natalie Rule. She's running in the blue. She's out in front of them, already gone past us with the call of 7 to go, is the yellow of Juliet McBurney. Of course, is a very talented junior over the steeplechase, running for the 260-metre handicap with 7 to go. So all the athletes now, when they go past the far start finishing line, will get the call of 7 laps to run in the Parkdale 2 mile, proudly sponsored by Hartic Property and Wayne Clark Events. So 7 laps to go for Natalie Rule. The 2 back markers have already gone past our front markers, of course, for the first time. They need to get past them a second time to get to the lead of the front of the foot race. It's Genevieve Gregson leading in the early stages from Andrea Sakathian as they go through to get the call of 7 laps to run. The rest of this field here are coming through now. They'll get a call of 6 laps to run. So a bit of work for our lap counter here, Chris McDonald, but he's got it all sorted out as this field is leading along. It's very early stages still in the 2 mile event. So going back out to the front, so leading the event in the early stages, it is Matilda Strugnell. Just in behind her is the runner in the grey and white, and that's Sakisha Lloyd. And in the pink there, just in 3rd place at the lead of the foot race as they go around the back straight, is the pink of Alice Oakley Kerr. The others have just fallen back just a little bit, probably about 10 to 15 metres. The black of Louisa Lazar. Then we go back to the purple of Ingrid Woodward, and also the grey there of Amber Lau, and our other 2 runners there in Emily Dalziel, and also the orange and white Kelly Ruddock there just in behind her. So we go past now. This is Natalie Rule. We're going to certainly watch for her, an athlete of some credential, as she gets the call of 6 laps to run. So you can see probably already it was a 100-metre handicap at the start. It probably hasn't changed a great deal, as we can see our 2 back markers here, Genevieve Gregson and Andrea Sakathian, are probably still at least 100, perhaps even more, behind Natalie Rule. So Rule's probably the one to watch, as you think she'll make contact with our front markers earliest on. Just ahead of her, of course, in the yellow is Juliet McBurney. Watch out for her, a very talented junior steeplechaser, as she's already starting to make contact with the front of our field. It's the green still leading this foot race with 5 laps to run, and that's Matilda Strugnell. And just in behind her there is the grey and white of Sakisha Lloyd, back to the pink of Alice Oakley Kerr, then the black of Louisa Lazar leading up a group with Ingrid Woodward, and in the grey there Amber Lau. The other 2 runners running side by side there, the orange of Emily Dalziel and the orange and white of Kelly Ruddock. And you can see there the runner in yellow, Juliet McBurney, has started to make contact with the first of our front markers. We look all the way back and coming past the main grandstand for the first time, or where the majority of the crowd is here at Jerry Green Reserve. It is the very talented Victorian, Natalie Rule, of course 3rd in the Burnie 10, so don't worry about the ability to run the distance. She was 3rd in that race behind Genevieve Gregson, who's currently sitting in behind her training partner, and the very strong Canadian Andrea Sakathian, who of course was 3rd in that very impressive Zatopek 10,000 metres on Australia Day. She was putting in the majority of the work in the back end of that race and was just pipped in the last couple of laps by the 1st and 2nd. So a real workhorse is Sakathian, the Canadian, as she leads up her training partner in Genevieve Gregson, of course a 2-time Olympic Games finalist over the 3,000 steeple and 5,000. So those 2 are still at the back. Our leader, and she's got a little bit of a lead now, it's the green of Matilda Strugnell. Goes through, gets the call of 4 laps to run. Just in behind her, probably still about 10 metres back there, is the grey and white of Sakisha Lloyd. Then we go back to the pink of Alice Oakley Kerr. She gets the call of 4 laps to run. In the black going through now with 4 laps to go also is the runner in black in Louisa Lazar. Just in behind her and hanging on nicely there is Ingrid Woodward. And you can see the runner in yellow, Juliet McBurney, has passed a couple of our front markers as she's setting out after the lead. Our 2 at the back of the field currently are the orange of Kelly Ruddock and and also there the orange and white of Kelly Ruddock, and the orange of Emily Dalziel. And Natalie Rule's gone past us, 4 laps to run for her as she's starting to make contact with runners ahead of her. We look back and have they made up some ground? Probably just a fraction, but Natalie Rule is certainly the one to watch. The blue, as you can see her starting to make contact, and I think if anything she's probably run away from them, and I think Genevieve Gregson is starting to see that as she's putting in a little bit of a hard turn here with 4 laps to go. So a little less than a mile to run in the Wayne Clark and Events and Hartrick Property sponsored 2-mile event. Natalie Rule is certainly the one to watch as she's making up ground with every stride, but certainly don't rule out Juliet McBurney as well. The yellow has passed a lot of the front markers and moved right up into 3rd position, and she's about to challenge for the lead. So still leading is Matilda Strugnell. She'll go through with 3 laps to go, so a little over 1,000 metres for the runner in green and Matilda Strugnell. Going through there in the grey and white is Sakisa Lloyd, and watch out here for the yellow, Juliet McBurney, already up into 3rd place, and you'd think probably with another 400 she may be our new leader. The pink Alice Oakley Kerr goes through with the black of Louise Lazar right next to her, and here comes Natalie Rule. Been working extremely hard in the front end of this race. Has that work started to hurt her a little bit, but she's still got a nice lead over our back markers. So Natalie Rule is certainly the one to watch. Our back markers are about to make contact with the first runners they've seen. They can see them just ahead of them. It's still Genevieve Gregson leading from Andrea Sakapian to the Canadian. They have got a power of work to do to catch up to the Victorian in the blue in Natalie Rule. So back to the front of the race. We said that Juliet McBurney will challenge very shortly. Well, she's up into 2nd place. Still leading is a very brave performance from Matilda Strugnell, who'll probably still maybe just lead with 2 laps to run the next time they come past the finishing line. So the green and Matilda Strugnell leads. Juliet McBurney, I think, will be our new leader very shortly. And again, don't doubt her ability to finish this race off. A very good steeplechaser, so knows this distance well, and running over the barriers, it certainly builds that toughness as she's about to push for the lead. It's still Matilda Strugnell, has been leading for a long, long way in this race, but she's going to have some company very shortly. It's going to be Juliet McBurney. 2 laps to go here at Jerry Green Reserve. The grey and white is next in line. It's Sakisa Lloyd, but Natalie Rule, the athlete we've been talking about a lot, is the one that is going to challenge her very shortly, and she will see our leader in Juliet McBurney, and also the runner just in behind her, Matilda Struggles, is the ones to catch. Genevieve Gregson now has kicked away from Andrea Sakapian. She knows what she's got to do in this last 2 laps. It's a huge, huge task for the Olympic Games finalists. She's on a quest for Tokyo. She's already qualified in the 3,000 metre steeple, and she's out after trying to win this 2-mile event. Can she do it all the way from the back? Sakapian is trying to run with her, but it's Genevieve Gregson who's set out after them. We've got a new leader. It's Juliet McBurney, leading by about 10 metres. I tell you what, the runner in green, Matilda Struggles, having a great run. She's not giving it up that easily, still holding a strong 2nd position. The runners will come down for the next time and get the call of 1 lap to go and hear the bell, the sound that every distance runner loves to hear. The big danger here, I think, is Juliet McBurney. It's going to take a monstrous effort for Natalie Rule in the blue, and Genevieve Gregson has moved up into 4th position. So moved up into 5th. She's about to go into 4th. So it's Juliet McBurney, the one to catch. Natalie Rule is about 30 to 40 metres behind her. Just in between them is the green of Alice Oakley Kerr, who's had a brave performance at the front. 1 lap to run in the Wayne Clark Events and Hartwick Property 2-mile. Matilda Strugnell into 2nd place, but Natalie Rule's going to throw out the challenge very shortly, and here comes Genevieve Gregson with just over 400 metres to go. The crowd gets behind this fantastic Olympian with 400 metres to run in the Wayne Clark and Hartwick Property 2-mile. It's Juliet McBurney in front. She's starting to find the going tough. Natalie Rule slips it into overdrive with about 300 metres to go. What a run from Matilda Strugnell. She was leading off the 400 metre handicap. She's doing everything she can to finish in the placings. You'd think that it's too much for Genevieve Gregson, who's throwing everything at this field. It's going to be between 2. Juliet McBurney with about 200 metres to go. Natalie Rule now moved up into 2nd. Still McBurney in front. She looks like she's got something left. She kicks again, Juliet McBurney. I don't think they're going to catch her. Look at Genevieve Gregson start to fly home in the last 200 metres. Still Juliet McBurney in front, and this amazing steeplechase is going to take out the Wayne Clark and Events and Hartwick Property 2-mile. She's going to be too good. A fantastic run from Natalie Rule, throwing everything at her, not giving up the fight, but it's going to be a victory to Juliet McBurney. Takes out the Wayne Clark event and Hartic Property 2 mile from Natalie Rule. Genevieve Gregson flying home. Can she get up into the top 3? She just gets past. Not getting up that easily though is the green, but she gets up to 3rd. A fantastic performance. Keep that applause going for the Canadian and Andrea Sakafian. A fantastic performance, worked extremely hard in the early laps. A fantastic performance from all the ladies. There are a few more to go. We can see still a number of them up the back straight as they're coming through. Here comes the grey and white now of Sakesia Lloyd. The pink also in there, and Alice Oakley Kerr. Great finish coming from the purple of Ingrid Woodward. Keep that applause going, ladies and gentlemen. A fantastic event. And a fantastic victory to the yellow Juliet McBurney.